Howdy, friend. Sam Houston here, hoping you're living in high cotton. And if you're lucky enough to be in Texas, I know you're most of the way there. Now enjoy your daily dose of Texas history and Texas pride.
Howdy, friend. Welcome back to the Feed Bandit podcast and your Texas History Roundup for March 14th. In 1836, the retreat of the Texas Army and Gonzales citizens continued east. A mounted rearguard of volunteers and friendly Mexicans under Juan Seguin were left behind to escort late departing civilians and sink 2 cannons in the river. The army owned only 1 wagon, but others, as well as horses, mules, and oxen, were collected from town. By daybreak, the assemblage had gone 10 miles and reached Peach Creek, where they rested. They were awakened by explosions to the west, but these turned out to be whiskey barrels exploding when the rearguard set fire to the town. In the afternoon, soldiers and civilians moved on, making camp late in the day on the east bank of the Lavaca River, about 25 miles from Gonzales. In 1873, 4 members of the Texas State Police were killed by members of the Horrell family in Jerry Scott's saloon in Lampasas. The Horrells included 5 brothers, Mart, Tom, Merritt, Ben, and Sam. The family left for New Mexico, but after several months of fomenting trouble there, during which there were 12 deaths, including Ben, they were driven out. Returning to Lampasas, they surrendered to authorities and were tried and acquitted. However, a Horrell-Higgins feud ensued a few years later. I guess that might be kind of like the Hatfield and McCoys within Texas. In 1873, the Texas legislature approved an act prohibiting the sale of intoxicating or spirituous liquors in the vicinity of Red Rock in the county of Bastrop. This was the first of 29 similar acts passed in a 3-week period to prohibit the sale of liquor in specific Texas communities. In 1964, Jack Ruby was convicted of murder for the shooting of Lee Harvey Oswald and was sentenced to death. However, the Texas Court of Criminal Appeals reversed the conviction in October 1966 on the grounds of improper admission of testimony and ruled that there be a change of venue. But before his new trial, Ruby died at Parkland Hospital from a blood clot in his lungs on January 3, 1967. He claimed no political affiliation or party preference, denied any involvement in a conspiracy, and maintained to the end that he shot Oswald on impulse from grief and outrage. Yeah, well, anyone believe that anymore? And in 1967, Gene Upshaw was drafted by the Oakland Raiders and starred with the Raiders for 15 years. Upshaw had played tackle, center, and end at Texas A&I College, where he was an All-American in 1966. During his Raiders career, they won 8 division titles and 2 Super Bowls. Upshaw holds the Raider record for most games played and is a member of the Pro Football Hall of Fame. For several years, he was the NFL player representative. Upshaw was born at Robstown in 1945 and passed away in California in 2008. All right, that, my friend, was your Texas History Roundup for March 14th. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll catch you back here tomorrow on the next one. You take care.
Well, there you have it. If you like our podcast, check us out at feedbandit.com. There you'll find awesome Texas First outdoors gear and apparel. Your purchase helps support the Bandits and keeps this podcast on the air, fighting for you and for Texas. Remember, preserve the tradition, protect the legacy. Until next time.